Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 2 or chapter 2 of my full 100% walkthrough for Little Nightmares 2. So we are doing chapter 2 here, obviously. This is the school, the entire section of the school. So yeah, you can use this guide in two ways. You can follow it from start to finish and that will show you the whole section, the whole chapter. Or you can use the timestamps in the description and look for the glitching remains that you may need, the hats you may need, or any of the trophies, the miscellaneous trophies that you may need. So yes, this goes obviously with part 1. If you follow from the start of part 1 all the way through to the end of part 5, you will get the platinum or 100% achievements, whichever you're going for. Yeah, and I'm not actually going to narrate this whole thing. There is no need for me to stick around. I will jump in at the important parts and kind of when the glitching remains are coming up or when a trophy's coming up. Yeah, but for the most part, you can just follow along or just skip ahead to wherever you need. So yeah, this first part is pretty simple. There is a glitching remain coming up, so I will just hang around for a moment. Yeah, so if you just knock this TV down, it's going to shoot you up. And then you can jump across. And then if you push the TV down here, 4-6, then she'll get shot up all the way to the top. And then if you go to where 6 was, there is going to be a glitching remain there. So yeah, the miscellaneous trophies, there's actually quite a few to do in Chapter 2. Another one to do with the hat, but there isn't any sort of missable one. Well, they're all missable in a way. You can just use Chapter Select, obviously, to come back and get them. But there's none that you need to keep an eye on or be aware of that you're going to miss, like from the beginning of Chapter 1 where you couldn't die. There's nothing like that. There's just very situational ones, which is great, to be honest. So yeah, once you've pulled up, instead of going right, go back to the left-hand side. And you can see the first glitching remain. So there are 6 glitching remains in this this chapter, and there's just 2 hats, and there's quite a few trophies we'll be getting, including obviously the story ones as well. Right, so I'll be back when there's something more important to say. Right, there's quite a lot coming up here now in this playground. There is a glitching remain, there is a hat, and there is a trophy we can get very quickly here. So if you run to the back, once you've moved the dumpster out of the way, if you run to the back corner, you're going to see your glitching remain next to a bicycle or tricycle. So yeah, with the remains you do need to get close to them, otherwise you're not going to see them, but it will be there if you go to the right hand side of the bike. There, you can just make it out, sat on the floor there. Obviously walk over the top, there we go. Now we'll go and get the football. That's on the, if you go up the stairs here, there's going to be a hat. You'll see it on the bit of the dumpster. It's quite obvious. Just see it there. Or soccer ball, whichever one you want to call it. Basically put a football on your head. And we're going to do that right away. So I'm going to switch to the football hat now. And we're going to get the referee trophy. So if you go to hats and switch it, here it is. Just got that one. And then we're going to run through the goals here. And there we go. Referee. Yeah, and there's another trophy coming up very soon, so I will just stick around. I don't particularly like the football head. I don't know why, so I'm just going to switch it back. I will switch between hats now and again, and it's just for I couldn't get up that. I couldn't get up to those sheets then, just for the sake of having a different one on. So we'll climb up here, and then we're looking for the bedroom in the back, and there's going to be a paper aeroplane in there. We need to throw that out that window we just climbed in, and that's the trophy fly free. Very simple. You find it here just at the back near this bed. And then what you want to do is hold square to run, not trying. I've been playing the Arkham games, and obviously X is running that. So I tried to press X to run. For some reason, I don't know why my mind went to that. For some reason, I'd just been running into the room. Yeah, so run down here, obviously make sure you got the plane on you. And then don't stand in that line where the light is, stand a bit further back, and then throw. And it'll go out the window there, and you'll get fly free. So yes, I will be back shortly once there is something else to talk about. So there's a glitching remain coming up soon. I'll just... the traps in this area, obviously you've seen there's lots of traps in this area. That one I got stuck on for a moment. Obviously it has the false floorboard. I could not... I didn't remember while I was recording. The stresses of recording and trying to get everything right, I suppose. I completely forgot it's actually a false... So kind of a trap within a trap, that one previously. I was dancing around for a minute. Anyway, once you've done that one, you jump out here and open this third locker from the left. And you'll see just there, you can see the glitching remain on the floor in the locker. So yeah, that's number 3. And then I'll stick around because very quickly here we're going to get another trophy. This is Bully of Bullies. This is the first time we're going to be with all the children and the teacher. Yeah, so this trophy, I don't think there's a safe way to get this, so you're going to have to kill yourself. So yeah, it's just easier to do it this way. So the idea is you want to sneak behind. So when this teacher sort of dots on the board, punctuates on the board, you'll hear it. That means she's about to turn around. So obviously hide when she's about to turn around. You could usually do about 2 desks before you're kind of out of time. So do 2 desks at a time and just wait. I could have gone for it now, but for the sake of not messing it up this time, I'll just wait a moment. The idea is we want these 3 children at the back to follow us into the next room on the right, and then we're going to drop a bookshelf on top of them. You do need to hit all 3 of them. So run at the end here just to get their attention. Wait a moment, see them sort of coming through the door, and then as they're coming through, jump up, and this always happens. That bookcase always falls over. The idea is you're trying to get the key on top. But if you've got 3 of those children underneath when you do it, you will crush them and you'll get the Bully of Bullies trophy. Now the reason you can't do that legitimately and just carry on is there is a 4th child does come running in and he'll grab you. So it's no problem. Just do it again. And yeah, that's it for that trophy. I'll be back shortly. But yeah, just go climb up the bookcase and grab the key. So the idea with the bookcase so it doesn't crush you is climb up the left hand side if you were standing in front of it. Climb up the left hand side of it. As soon as it starts to fall, let go of R2 or right trigger, whatever you're using, and then move up, so north. Don't try and run the length of the bookcase, you won't make it. Yeah, and it'll slam and then hide away and you'll be fine. Right, so I'll be back shortly. Okay, now we're clear of the teacher for a while. We've got another trophy coming up here. So there's going to be this guy. Looks like the gnome from the first one. It does look like the hat that he's wearing is one that you could collect, but that is actually a DLC hat. Anyway, we're getting a trophy here, so you need to run past him, get him to choke himself on the left-hand side, run, grab this pipe and smash through the door. Like the trophy says, merciful feet. It is tempting to hit this child with the pipe. Don't, just walk through and you'll get the trophy. I suppose technically once you have the trophy, you could go back and hit him if you really want to. But you don't need to, you can just leave him. But anyway, yeah, do that and then you'll get that trophy. And yeah, tin can hat coming up soon, but not quite yet. So this is another sort of stealth section. Just hide, you will make noises. The jar there that you need to walk past on the right hand side, you can, if you are gentle enough, you kind of walk past it on the right side, but there is a chance you may fall off. But yeah, you can try and miss it if you want to. I don't, but anyway, I'll be back soon for the tin hat. Okay, we're in the library now. Tin hat coming up. It's actually quite an obvious one if you kind of think about it. You can see its eyes just at the top there. So if you move the ladder across one bookcase and then climb up it, you'll see it there, the tin hat. Very obvious one. This sort of chase section coming up now, so you're going to have to be quick. As soon as you sort of climb up, so if you go back down, I'm going to change it here. There's no reason to change it as well, by the way. I'm just changing it for the sake of changing it because we've got a new hat, so why not? Yeah, so pull the ladder across to the third bookcase. Now this is the way you're actually supposed to go. With this chase you need to just be as quick as possible, obviously. Yeah, try and make the first jump without jumping on the books. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So as soon as you drop down there's going to be a chase. Try and make this jump here without going up the books first and you should be quick enough. And then the slide is always the most difficult part on this one, obviously because of depth perception. But yeah, the reason I'm sticking around is for this. So with this first stack of books here, which is a really weird way to keep your books. Yeah, when you jump to the second one, you'll alert her again. You do need to go around the back here and then go back round to the left-hand side. And be patient here. She can see you quite easily if you're too quick. So just wait it out. She will walk off to the right hand side. So once she's done that, you're clear. Fourth glitching remain coming up, and it's at the top of these stairs. So you will need to go to the right hand side to do a puzzle in a minute. But if you go to the left hand side, you can't see them. It's not obvious. Look for the bottles and you'll see him there, sadly crying to himself. It looks like he's got a drinking problem. I don't know what's going on. I mean, who does in these games, really? It's part of the experience, I suppose. Yeah, and then we're going to do the chess puzzle, which is very straightforward. So you've got the rook or the castle here. This is obviously, you can use this to jump up on top, and you will need to take the top of it inside with you to do the puzzle. The puzzle's solution is on the right, so if you go all the way to the right, I'm not going to do it right away, but I will show you. If you go all the way to the right, you can pull up a screen, and the puzzle solution is there. So the way you want to do it is you want to go up here, get the king. The king goes on this one here, that's sort of 6 o'clock, let's say. And then you want to move the rook to 3 o'clock, and then you want to go and get the queen, and then put that at 9 o'clock. If you were to look at it as a clock face, that is. So yeah, if you run down here and jump on this screen, it'll show you the solution anyway. There you go. Okay, fifth glitching remain coming up. This is quite a well hidden one, really. It's behind a door, so you wouldn't necessarily think to look. Yeah, this one it took a minute, and that is just repulsive. I don't know what happened there, but there you go. You see he's on the freezer there, the chest freezer. Yeah, so not the most obvious one, because that doesn't look like a door you can open, but there you go. Yeah, and then climb up here and continue on. I'll just stick around because there is a combat section coming up. So we do need to hit lots of children on the head with ladles and things. You'll either get the timing with this straight away with the combat, or you may need to take a few tries, but it is kind of, especially if they're coming from behind you like that, it can be a bit difficult, but you need to kind of wait for the scream, but they're just at the right moment as they start to sort of scream at you before they jump is the right time to swing. There is another section coming up where it's a bit more difficult, but yeah, basically you'll get the timing eventually. It's not too bad, but it can be a bit difficult if they're running towards the screen, because you have, obviously, once again, depth perception. Yeah, this fairly simple bit, just walk through here and I'll be back shortly when there's more trophies or something coming up. So we've got another combat section coming up. This might take you, you might get the timing right, or it can take you a moment. So if you walk and set that trap off first, and then walk around to get the second one, and then this third one, you should be fine with those three. It's this one coming up that can be a problem. So if you walk all the way down these lockers, and then one's going to drop on the right hand side here, that's simple enough. This one running towards us might give you some trouble. If you go to the to the left or the right a bit, get him to sort of square off against you rather than him being behind you. You're going to be able to see the sort of distance a bit better. Yeah, again, it's just before they sort of start screaming at you. Yeah, leave it a bit too late and they will jump and they will get you. Yeah, and don't drop the hammer here. I thought it was a different section. We do actually need the hammer for the next room, but yeah, do watch out for that trap. Yeah, go in here, smash the last two, smash the board, and save 6. Now that 6 is safe, that kind of rhymed ish. No, it didn't. It just sounded weird. Anyway, yeah, Monotone's trophy coming up. This is a nod to the first game. There was a similar trophy in the first game. Just run up and down this piano here, and you're going to unlock the Monotone's trophy. There you go. So yeah, 4 or 5 times and you'll be done. So yeah, that's it for this one. I'll be back shortly. Right, we're almost there, nearly at the end now. Just the final glitching remains. So once you've jumped up with the dumpster, see this paper boat here. Hello, Georgie. That was terrible, sorry. Yeah, go and get that, and that should be your 6th and final glitching remain. You should get the School Kids trophy. That means you've got all glitching remains in this school chapter. And then in quick succession here, we're going to get another 2 trophies. These are story related, so you will definitely get these. True Colours, which is obviously 6 is True Colours, which I think they should have left. Should have been left out of the promotional material, I think, because this would have been really cool. Because you have no idea that this is 6 up until this point. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, True Colours, that's story related, and then you're going to get the Schooled trophy once you finish the chapter. So yeah, there's no need for me to come back. I'm just switching hats here so we can have matching hats, because why not? Yeah, so I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going to be back, but yeah, essentially just finish off this this chapter, and once you jump through the window and get schooled, that is the end of this chapter, and you're into chapter 3. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.